Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of WHOSTTV. I'm Miss T, and tonight we're going to get into a couple of things. But first, let me thank all of you. To the brain teasers, to the T-boxers, and to the mentees that understood the assignment that they accepted by helping me get my subscriber number up. The numbers are up, and they're only going to go up from here. So I thank you in advance for all the hard work that you put in to making me get my rounds, basically making my name get out there and stick. I appreciate it. But now it's time to put on my trusty glasses and let's get into these sizzling flavors for the evening. First of all, I'm not sure if any of you are aware of how to get to the community page, but I've been posting updates on there and I haven't seen any responses. So I'd like to take 1 second to go over that. So you go to the homepage of WHOSTTV. That's WHOSETEA-TV. Go to WHOSTTV. Now once you get to the homepage, you're going to scroll left. It'll say home, then it'll say videos and shirts. Scroll left until you see community. Once you see community, you'll be able to see all the updates that I'm posting there. Otherwise, you'll never know what my thoughts are. So anyhow, tonight we're going to talk about the flavor of understanding. So we're going to say understanding is our flavor. Now, this is a hot one to me because it could be all of ours as a collective. A need is something that is necessary. Again, a need is something that is necessary. A need is something that is necessary to live and function with your day-to-day routines. And the key word there is necessary, a necessity. A want is something that may or may not improve your quality of life. Those are desires that may or may not improve your quality of life. Oftentimes, desires become consequential, meaning they're important or they become more important or significant to you or the person who's thinking of their wants over their needs. Wants often change while needs are essential for survival. So, with that being said, I have noticed that a lot of younger people are more geared to follow trends which are more of a want for them, which hence brings me to the issue of these shoes that you'll see above my left head here. These shoes are very popular right now. Popular because of the name attached to them, not necessarily the quality of the shoe. And I'm not quite sure what the shoes over my right head are about. But again, I know that is related to a want and not a need. So, I was doing a little research. There was a Greek philosopher named Epicurus. And his picture's over here on the left side of my head here. He noted 3 types of different desires, and 2 of them I found to be very interesting and interesting enough to share with you, my community. So a natural and necessary desire is food or shelter, especially for those who aren't able to obtain it or sustain it, meaning it could be someone that's homeless or someone who lost their home due to something such as maybe a fire or something that's been tragic in their life that put them in this situation. So it's a natural necessity for them wanting to seek food or shelter and get back to their normal routine. And the second desire that I found to be interesting that he quoted was vain and emptiness, or empty, which could have been for power or status or wealth. So I today am welcoming you to look further into that so that you could pass this on to your younger folks in your home, because a lot of people aren't speaking with their young people, as we discussed the other day, that sometimes we need to be accountable. And we are accountable for what our children know before they go outside each day. So I want to reflect that to you guys. So as I was doing a little research, seeing what these trending shoes had to do with anything besides a want, I noticed that there was a TikTok video. My actual soon-to-be son-in-law shared this video with me. And it was about a walking shoe on water. So again, I'm gonna attach that to this video because I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. It's the strangest, the most strange thing I've seen next to Wednesday on Netflix. Okay. The guy, first of all, he has gloves on in this video. It's so weird. He has these gloves on, and as you can see, he's pouring the water in through like a nozzle, almost like here, my gold PT that I got open. There's like this nozzle. Oh, sorry, arthritis in the hands, pretty bad. But anyhow, he has this nozzle and he's pouring the water in his shoe with like a funnel. I told you we were going to celebrate, so I got the fancier glass out for my tea. Anyhow, he has this nozzle, like a funnel, and he's using this funnel to pour the water in his shoe. He has socks on, but I had so many questions. Like, dude, aren't you worried about getting an athlete's foot? Okay, that was my first question. And for those who don't know what athlete's foot is, it's the same thing as ringworm. It's made by the same fungus. So I wasn't sure about that. And then I'm thinking, like, who wants to walk around with soggy feet all day? So I did a little research of what wet feet can get you. Hold that thought for a second. So if you have wet feet for long periods of time, you could get something called a trench foot. It all sounds bad. I hope you agree with me. I hope you guys aren't going out here and get these. I don't even know what the name of the shoe is. This water shoe. And they kept saying is, you could put the fish in them. You could put some fish in them. And I'm thinking, well, they had platform shoes back in the day. I'm going to get you a picture of the platform shoe and how they used to put the goldfish in the bottom of the shoe, but your foot wasn't actually in the water, causing all types of bacteria and mold spores and all types of stuff. Anyhow, if you get trench foot, it could cause you to be very uncomfortable and lead to all types of infections. And nowadays, with the cost of antibiotics, who wants to be bothered? Okay? Anyhow, I seen this and I figure I share this with you guys. Again, the video was over on TikTok. I don't know who's buying those. I didn't see a price. Now that would be interesting. If one of you guys out there can find out what the cost of the water shoe is, that would be some more information to add to this video, because I won't and will not be paying for something that's going to give me an infection or anything else that I have a hard time getting rid of. Okay? That's as bad as when I heard about people using something called a firm vacation. A firm vacation. You vacate now and then you pay later. But I've heard of people using those firm vacations because again, it was a want to go on vacation right then and there, and while they're gone, they don't even have electricity at home, which was the need. I, I know. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's all crazy to me. All crazy. Anyhow, moving right along here. So I'm sure most of you heard that Kanye West has gotten married. Congratulations, Kanye. We really wish you the best of luck on your new journey. However, my opinion, if you don't like it, you might want to leave the page. Because, again, this is my channel. My opinion matters, and so does yours. Especially if it's a positive opinion. The lady that he's married to, this Bianca Censeri, or I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her name or not. But anyhow, she looks just like him to me. Would anyone else agree? Same features. This goes back to, who was it? Not Miguel. Let's see. Oh, Neo. Remember when Neo was running around on his wife, and the lady he was running around with looked just like his wife? The exact same? That's kind of weird. Like, to me, anyhow, it's kind of weird. Obviously, the relationship might have been lacking something, but it's still a little strange. It's almost like you having me having a doppelganger out there and not knowing who they are, or they fall in love with my spouse. It's just weird, okay? So we're going to leave that alone. But anyway, Kanye, best of luck to you on this new journey. Okay? We're not haters over here. We might not like some of the things you do, but marriage is sacred to me. And another interesting fact about that is that I just remembered is that TMZ reported that there was no marriage license signed. What do you think about that? I find that to be very interesting. I know that a lot of people are moving away from traditional marriages for one reason or another. And I'll be the first to say things that we may have learned growing up may have not been the right way or the right way of thinking. And I always try to teach my kids, well, my husband and myself, to think outside the box. And I always say, you know, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is change it. So, I don't know if they did a ceremony where they walk backwards and said we're married now. I know a lot of people are doing the tattoo on the ring finger to make it some type of commitment to each other. But the no marriage license thing was different. So best of luck anyhow. So last night, I actually recorded a message to upload. I wanted to share the milestone that we reached, again, reaching plus 50 subscribers, which was a huge deal to me. Just started this page in October, and to have 50 people following is awesome. I'm very humbled by that. I don't know about anyone else. But you know, I wanted to upload this video to say, hey, I'm not coming live tonight. I'm not doing any more videos. I put out the 3 as promised. I did promise you 3. I got those up there. They might have been something you seen. I tried to remix a few things and make it new to those who have never seen it before, and to keep it interesting, light, fun. So, especially the one with me eating too much turkey for the holiday. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. But the reason why I couldn't upload the video is nothing short of me loving television, me loving movies, from rom-coms to sitcoms to drama to crime series. I love it all. Okay? Here's a fun fact. I played as an extra in an upcoming movie for Netflix that'll be out this year. Now, here's the thing. We don't know if I was on camera or not, because the first thing they teach you is to never look into the camera. I'm not a leading lady, so I'm not supposed to be looking up in no camera, okay? So, anyhow, that's a fun fact for you guys. But I was watching The Godfather of Harlem last night. Okay, that is shown on Epix. If you have cable, and I think you could catch it on Hulu also. Anyhow, I love the show. They're in their 3rd season. Forrest Whitaker plays the role of Bumpy Johnson. Forrest Whitaker is also one of the executive producers for the show. It's like a 1960s Harlem, based in Harlem, which is in New York City, and it's like a backdrop of the riots that happened in the 60s. So you might want to check that out, especially if you're into a crime-based series like I am. That's a good one. I also caught on Netflix 3 things that I thought were a must-watch. One was Kaleidoscope. Couldn't tell you who played in them, but I know the main thief in Kaleidoscope also plays as a preacher or a reverend on The Godfather of Harlem. Can't think of his name though. That's the bad thing when you start losing a little bit of hair. So anyhow, that's number 1 for Netflix for me. Number 2 is Wednesday, which is like a spinoff of the Addams Family. It was creepy, but not too creepy. And I thought it was a good watch, so I think you would enjoy it. I don't know if I would watch that with any kids under a certain age. Maybe, I'd probably say 10, maybe even 12. I wouldn't try to watch out with my grandkids, only because, you know, they might not be able to sleep at night. And for the record, I do not watch horror movies. If you ever want my opinion on a horror movie, I couldn't tell you, because I don't. I don't like scary things. Okay? I could watch things that are just a tad creepy, but not too off the reservation, so to speak. So, anyhow, number 3 that I watched was The Wedding Year. It was a rom-com. Very cute. They go to 7 different weddings. And somewhere between the 1st and the 7th wedding, they find out that they're in love. And then the guy proposes to her. And before they get to the 7th wedding, she decides, oh, I don't want this. This isn't for me. And she bails on them, all to fall in love with them again at the end. You know, we love those type of movies. Sappy, make you drop a tear or two. Get some of that frustration out, you know. Anyhow, that was a good watch. So, I don't have anything else prepared for tonight, but we can wing it if you like. I mean, we're only about 19 minutes into this video. I think we should wing a few things. We should talk about what topics or what things are going on out there in the world that you guys are interested in knowing about. You can send me an email, the Who's, WHOST, just regular T, TV @gmail.com. I'll get that typed on the screen for you, because if I'm wrong, you can laugh, because it's funny, okay? Also, I like to talk about, let me stop saying because I told y'all I do not do that off this camera. What are you guys doing for Lent? Or do you believe in Lent? Or do you follow it? Do you eat the fish every Friday like most people do? Do you do a 40-day fast? I know a lot of people do like a 40-day lunch hour fast while Lent's going on. I've done that before. Or what are you going to give up for Lent? That's a good one. What are you going to give up? each year I give up the same thing and it breaks in 2.2 seconds if I get frustrated. I'll leave that there. You can figure that out for yourself. So each year I tend to give up the same thing with the hopes of giving it up for good, and it has not worked for me. What are some of the things that you've done to make a significant change in your life? Another thing that I've been thinking about, as far as back to the wants and needs, are things that I need now. I really don't need much that I don't have already, but I can think of things that I want. And when I'm thinking of things that I want, I could go for a new pair of shoes. Wouldn't be the Balenciaga, and definitely not the water shoe. But when I think of a thing that I want that would be beneficial for the long term, I think of things that never really lose their value. So I'm thinking maybe getting another piece of land or something would be beneficial, or obtaining another form of revenue, or I could be thinking maybe buying an extra stock or an extra bond or something of that nature. I don't know. What are the things you guys are thinking of, to sustain and maintain where you are and to continue to grow? I'm just curious. Like, a lot of people think about wants and they don't think about the want that's going to make them elevate to the next level. So I'm kind of curious where your thoughts are with that. I mean, we'll be talking about these different things on different videos, and I really look forward to receiving feedback, because if you don't get feedback, whether it's positive or negative, how do you know what needs to change and what not to work? So I know that a couple people were up in arms about me stating my opinion on Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey is a grown 29-year-old woman. Lori Harvey does not give two scoops of nothing about what I'm saying at all. Okay? I even went on Twitter and tagged her to the video. If you want to check me out over there at WHOSTTV on Twitter, you'll see that I tagged her in the video. She isn't thinking about what I'm saying. She's not thinking about what you're saying. She's a grown woman. Once you have your own home and you're paying your own bills, you tend to not care what anyone says about you. And I am not trying to give anyone any advice, especially young women. It really didn't tick me off when I read the comment. Okay, it didn't tick me off, because everyone has their own opinion. But I'm not trying to give advice to young girls. These are women over the age of 25 that should know by now what to do and when to do what they want to do with their own body. Okay? And that's one of the reasons why I even started this channel, because I got tired of people going with the norm, the double standard. Women can't do this around, but men can do it. We get called names. They get called or given that a boy. When are we going to change? When are we going to change? We need to wake up. Things are not the same as they were back in the 70s, the 80s, or even the 90s. Times are changing. People are walking away from the traditional we were taught to always have a job, or you don't quit your job until you have another job. People have walked away from those aspects. My husband and I talk about it all the time. He tells me, if you're not happy, you need to leave. I was never taught that before. Even if you weren't happy, you kept going. You kept going. You made the best of it and you kept on moving. But now, things are different. You could tell your kid 1,000 times it's better to go to college and get a degree. But we have people with college degrees currently on YouTube talking about people's behind, okay? About their behinds. And they have all the degrees, but they're not talking about anything different than you and I right now. So, therefore, we have to change this in the box theory, okay? Closed minds often don't get fed. So what are we going to do different? What are you going to do different? Again, no disrespect to anyone, but this is my channel and we're going to talk about whatever I want to talk about or whatever my community members want to speak about. I'm not trying to give advice to no one's kids. Parenting starts at home. Parenting starts at home. It seems like a lot of folks aren't taking that to heart anymore. Whether you're giving your children right or wrong advice, it still should start at home and not start in the street. So if you're coming to YouTube to get advice, to learn how to live, maybe if you need help with that, then you send me a message personally and I could talk about one person's situation and give you my opinion on it. But when I give an opinion about Lori Harvey, who's 29, she's one person that I gave an opinion about. And only because, again, you're dating someone doesn't mean you're getting around with them. You're getting over and under with them. Because I can't say the words that I want to say because I don't want to be breaking any of the YouTube rules. But it doesn't mean you're going over and under a person in order for you to be called dating. A lot of people follow different rules when they're dating. They have those 90-day things. Some people do 6 month rules. Some people wait a year rule. Everyone has different opinions or different aspects of what they're supposed to be doing and within a relationship or even making a friendship. You have different aspects, aspirations on how you want that to go. So I wanted to make that very clear. I'm not trying to be anyone's role model. If you want me to be your role model or your mentor, you email me directly and I'd be happy to do that. My kids are fine. And instead of kids, my grown folks, because they are grown folks, they're just fine. I have 3 of them. Actually, today's my son's birthday. Happy birthday, babe. But they're fine. So that was way off base, ma'am. Or sir, way off base. I'm not looking to be anyone's advisor, and especially not getting paid for it. With that being said, same time, same station tomorrow. I'll try to have these uploaded a little bit earlier, possibly around 7 p.m. Don't know what we'll talk about yet, but I'll look and see what we could get into. Until next time, keep sipping your tea.